That's right, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Commissioner Report. We got some music today. That is the theme song of NFL Blitz 2000. Bringing back all the heaters for you. On today's episode, we have a Week 7 recap, a Week 8 preview, a look at the standings, a playoff bracket. I'm also going to throw in a what to watch movie and TV show. They're pretty standard, but I think if you haven't heard, there's some big items on the menu. Okay, without further ado, let's just dive into Week 7. Check out the matchup. Starting off with, we're going to go bottom up, all right? I'm sick of going first. Kareem Pie, Brent Domble taking on Dome in the Dome, Boomer Dangle. Two teams that are fighting for a playoff spot. Boomer just got his first win. He's lost 3, though. Brent's on a bit of a winning streak. He beat Boomer 114-80. Tua was actually used against Boomer in this game. Tua was who Boomer drafted. He got hurt. Boomer dropped him. Moved on to Matt Ryan, Teddy Bridgewater. He's had a slew of different quarterbacks. Meanwhile, Brent, Justin Herbert's on the bye, needed to find someone, picked Tua up. Tua balled out against the Falcons. Had 4 touchdowns, 290 yards. Where Brent's lineup went wrong was Mike Davis only had 1 point. He had A.J. Brown and Terry McLaurin each dropped 20 at the receiver position, and Mike Pittman in the flex. That's very hard to beat. He played the Bills defense on a bye. That's a big fuck you. Beating Boomer with the bye week, well, okay, now we know. Boomer lost because he played the Jets defense. The Jets got absolutely cock-slapped by the New England Patriots, 54-13. And if you have the Jets defense giving up 54 points, you're going to get minus 11. So where did it net out? Brent improves to 3-4. Boomer drops to 1-6. Bills Mafia taking on Captain Dan's Kiwi Scallywag Hooligans. I was right. Call me Nostradamus. Nino knocks off Dan, undefeated man Dan, and now is one-loss team man Dan. Captain Dan, one-loss man. Bills Mafia, 135. Captain Dan, 99. It wasn't even close, guys. Wasn't even close. I thought it would motivate Nino to be the first to give Dan his loss. That was led by Matthew Stafford, dropping 26 points. Derrick Henry, 15 points, but a touchdown pass. That was pretty cool. Debo had 17 in that reigning Sunday night football game, 49ers against the Colts. And then Jamar Chase is just so fucking good. I tried to trade for him like 3 weeks ago. Nino said, no way. He said, no way, Jose. I'm keeping him. Don't touch my Jamar. And Jamar dropped 30 points. So let's just look real quick at the rookie season. He's making a run for Rookie of the Year. He's the number 2 ranked wide receiver in all of NFL right now. Week 1, 18. Week 2, 12. Week 3, 20. Week 4, 10. Week 5, 24. Week 6, 11. Week 7, 30. So his floor is at 10 or 11, and his ceiling is 30, if not higher. God damn, he is good. Dan, well, Jalen Hurts, Dan's quarterback, gave him 23 points. He's the second-ranked quarterback. I know I made a big stink about Jalen at the start of the season. I've been wrong. I'll eat my crow on that. Jalen, despite his 23 points, Chris Godwin actually gave Dan 21 points after all of that. But where he got screwed was the Ravens' defense gave up negative 6 points. And 135 is a tough score to beat. Darrell Henderson only gave him 8 points, 7.9 to be precise. And Chuba Hubbard only gave him 7 against the Giants. So Dan falls to 6-1. Nino improves to 5-2. Baltimore Bentis taking on Evans Poop Veneer. Ben versus Andrew. 79.9 for the Baltimore Bentis, edging out the 75 of Andrew Hansen. Matt Ryan, I guess Boomer discarded him too. Matt Ryan gave Ben 17. Aaron Jones, pretty quiet day for him, only 6 points. He, really didn't get any production, didn't play a defense. God damn, guys. Did we just not want to drop any players? You had the Panthers D and you put him on your bench. Well, we don't even really need to go too far into Andrew's scores because there's nothing to, he played Darren Waller, who's been hurt for a few weeks now. There's nothing to really unpack here. Probably the best player on Andrew's team is Tom Brady. And he got, a couple bye weeks costed Andrew some points. Austin Eckler not being able to play cost him some points. So, not playing the Colts defense. Oh, he has 2 good defenses. You could probably trade one of those. Andrew falls to 1-6. Lev improves to 4-3. Moving right along, Bird Gang, Hunter Mitchell taking on Diggs, Matt Barbaccia. Best game, one of the best games, closest games of the week. Bird Gang edges out Diggs 120 to 117. Hunter needed a big Monday night from Alvin Kamara. He gave him 28.9 points. Without that, Hunter does not win this game. For Botch, he had Aaron Rodgers give him 23. A.J. Dillon, the Packers running back, gave him negative 0.7. That's a tough day at the office for A.J. Dillon. Cooper Kupp, though, big day, 32 points. And C.J. Uzomah, good play there, Botch. Way to be on top of it, watching the waiver wire shows or reading those articles. C.J. is someone who has very little production from a reception standpoint, but when he does catch the ball, it's usually in the end zone. So 3 receptions, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns for Botch and C.J. Uzomah. Botch falls to 2-5, though. Hunter improves to 5-2. Andrew's disbarment, Evan taking on Sebastian Brogan. Another low-scoring, close game. Seb edges out Evan. That must sting. 76-70. You know where Evan got fucked was Patrick Mahomes only had 7 points. Nick Chubb is hurt, buddy. You got to take him out of your lineup. You left Mike Williams in on the bye. This was clearly a whatever the fuck happens type of week for Evan. Clearly not much editing or tinkering going on for him. For Seb, on the other hand, also not great. Another tough performance for. It's not that Seb left anyone on a bye week in his lineup. It's just his highest scorer outside of his quarterback was Graham Ganoa's kicker, who gave him 15 points, the Giants kicker. So Seb, tough game for both teams, but Seb edges it out, gets a big win. Both teams are now 4-3 on the season. Last game of Week 7 was Hunter's Volvo, Greg Spry taking on your boy, Commissioner Jim. Now, all week, I was projected to win. I thought it would be pretty comfortable, but I didn't really know. With Greg's team, he's got a couple heavy hitters. Like if Sam Darnold didn't shit the bed and only give Greg 2 points, Greg wins this game. Damian Harris gave him 24 points for the Patriots running back. Leonard Fournette gave him 16 points. DK Metcalf only had 2 receptions. One of them just happened to go for 80 yards and a touchdown, so he had 16 points. Mike Evans had 3 touchdowns in the first fucking half. He had 28 points. So Greg had a lot of. Nelson Aguilar had a quiet, good game. But where Greg got screwed with Sam Darnold, not having Russell Wilson, catching him on a bye there was huge. And obviously, once Gronk gets back, yes, that takes away from Mike Evans' production, but it's going to Gronk if it's not going to Mike Evans. So Greg will bounce back from this. I dropped 116. Greg dropped 112. Kyler Murray, 21 points. Jonathan Taylor, 16. Jonathan Jacobs, before he got hurt. Josh Jacobs, 14. Tyreek Hill, bad day. Cortland Sutton, bad day. Kyle Pitts, his second best day since I've had him, 19 points for Kyle Pitts. And my kicker, Reggie Bullock from is it Riley Bullock? Bullock from the Titans gave me 11. And no one really left on the bench that would have made much of a difference in this one. I improved to 5-2. Greg falls to 2-5. All right, quick look at the standings. It's still sitting in first place at 6-1 is Captain Dan's Kiwi Scallywags. Second place in a 3-way tie is Bills Mafia, Commissioner Jim, Bird Gang, all sitting at 5-2. 3 teams tied at 5th place. Andrew's Disbarment, Evan, Baltimore Bentis, Ben, and Sebastian Brogan, all at 4-3. 1 team sitting alone at the last playoff spot, Kareem Pie, Brent Domble, and then all looking outside in. 9th place, Diggs, Matthew Barbaccia, Hunter's Volvo, Greg Spry, 2-5. And then sitting in the basement with 1 win and 6 losses, Andrew Hansen and Boomer Dangle. If the playoffs were to start today, the 1 seed, Dan Fabi, taking on the 8 seed, Brent Domble. 2 seed, Nino, taking on Seb. 3 seed, Commissioner Jim, taking on Ben. 4 seed, Hunter, taking on the 5 seed, Evan. Those 2 seem pretty destined to play each other. All right, let's move right into the Week 8 previews. I'm going to zoom right along here because I have what to watches to get to. I'm taking on Boomer. Boomer has not edited his lineup yet, but I'm projected to beat him 113 to 103. My top performers, Kyler Murray, Jonathan Taylor, need big days for him. Zeke Elliott and Teddy Bridgewater for Boomer will carry the load. Again, 113 to 103 is that projection. Bird Gang, Hunter Mitchell taking on Andrews Disbarment, Evan Homewater. This is a big one. Hunter is projected to win 109 to 98. Probably lineups aren't set for Evan, seeing as he's still leaving players on buys and not not tinkering here. But this is a big 5-2 versus 4-3 matchup. Evan needs a bounce back win, but it looks like he's going to have a few. He's got to take Devontae Adams out. Let's see if he realizes that he has COVID. Put in Devontae Smith or Mike Thomas if he's finally activated, and Jarvis Landry's back. Let's see if Evan makes the necessary adjustments. If he does, I think he ekes out Hunter in this one, but if not, Hunter prevails. Seb taking on Lev, 2, 4, and 3 teams, battling it out here. Josh Allen is back. James Robinson is back. Seb projected 105. Ben projected 107. I think Lev gets the win in that one. Diggs, Matthew Barbacia, taking on Bills Mafia, Nino Di Pasquale. The Battle of Pittsford, New York. The Battle of the Bills fans. The only 2 teams with Bills references in their name. Nino projected 122.8. Bonch projected 104. I think Nino steamrolls Bonch, but that lineup's not set yet for Bonch. It looks like he's missing a player or two. So I still like Nino in that game. Just a better team, but I think Bonch keeps it close. Evans lost Puffinir, Andrew Hansen taking on Hunter's Volvo, Greg Spry. Another rivalry game here. Andrew projected 88. Greg projected 103. I think Greg gets to the win here. Andrew falls to 1-7. Tough season for Andrew. He's a lawyer now. Captain Dan's Kiwi Scallywag, 6-1, taking on Kareem Pie, Brent Domble. Dan projected 105, still missing a few players in his lineup. Kareem Pie, Brent projected 93 points. I think Dan wins. I think Dan he rights the ship. He is on the pirate ship. I think that gets righted. Dan comes right back into the winning fray and improves to 7-1, dropping Brent to 3-5. Okay, so that is our recap. Quickly, what to watch? Well, movie-wise, I recommend you go watch the new James Bond movie or Dune. I did not read Dune. I had only watched, a couple videos of interviews building up to it and give myself a general idea of what the fuck the story's even about. And all I was told is that it's what Star Wars was based on. George Lucas used that as a frame of reference. The book by Frank Herbert used that as reference. It was very good. All-star lineup, Timothy Chalamet, great performance, one of Dan's favorites. Also Jason Momoa, Zendaya was in it. She was interesting. Oscar Isaac, phenomenal. And Josh Brolin was also in the cast. So, loaded cast. Denis Villeneuve is a director. Fun fact there. He's fantastic. He's done Arrival. He's done Sicario. He did Blade Runner 2049. He did... What else did he do? He's got a very good list of movies in his IMDb credits, so go check him out. But if you want some good stuff, it's definitely worth the watch. Then for TV show, if you're not already plugged in, you gotta watch Succession. Season 3 out now, and it is absolutely fantastic. First 2 episodes thus far, pick up exactly where we left off. And it was really a great all-around performance by the whole by the cast. It's just one of my favorite shows. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. If you're sticking around this late into the episode and you haven't seen Succession or any of those movies, go check them out. You will be thoroughly satisfied, or you get your money back. So that's it. That's it. Repping the Giants hat. We got a Monday night game against the Chiefs. Big one. Can the Chiefs get their mojo back, find their winning ways, and absolutely door the Giants? It's possible. But could the Giants pick up from the momentum that they had? Also possible. So we'll see. Gentlemen, I hope you're doing well. Miss you, love you. Rate and subscribe, like it, do whatever you need to do. But until next week, Commissioner Jim signing off.